Good morning. Welcome to Katie Moonchild's world. I'm Katie. I'm happy to have you here. Welcome to Saturday Solutions. We come together here every Saturday looking for information, something to keep us calm, something to maybe help us through information that's coming at us next week, next month, next year. And we find all that in the oracle cards. Little bit of housekeeping before we start. First thing, I wish to apologize. No live streams this week because I just needed to take the week off. I needed to just not care for a week, No news. I mean, I couldn't leave my house, but I sure as hell could turn stuff off. So I did. I didn't watch very many live streams of yours and other members of the Tarot Love community. So, but I'm coming out and ready to hit it hard. Last night was fun. Oh my gosh, talk about laugh. Pictionary. Let me tell you, yes, I'm an artist, but did I ever tell you that I could do pen and ink or draw? I can sketch and fill it in with color and shading. But that's a totally different story in Pictionary. So, yeah, that's a lot of fun. It was great. And I thank you, Sherry and Maya. Great partners. Love you guys. Thanks. Anyway, we start with our current situation. This deck is the mystical shaman oracle cards. Golly, I do this every time. There's a blank that happens with this deck. I don't know why, and I use it every week. So I don't get it. KD, look at the brain to wake up. I don't get it. Anyhow, we're being silly. This is for our current situation. Let's find out what we need to know, please. And yes, this is for entertainment purposes only. We're coming here to have fun. Maybe get some help, information. It's up to you. You want to make it something to giggle and make fun of, go for it. Just make sure if you leave a comment that be kind. Because if it's not kind, it won't stay. Just saying. Besides that, isn't that what I always tell you, to be kind to one another? So please be kind to me as well. And I'd love it if you'd leave me some comments. Interaction. That's important to YouTube's algorithm. It's important to me too, because I know what is happening with you and where your mind is at with these readings. Otherwise, I guess I'm giving these readings to the doves that you hear outside. Which, wow, it got really, really quiet all of a sudden. Cat. The cat must be around. That's when the birds get quiet. Except for when the cat gets close to a nest. What's our current situation, please? You don't care about the fact that you can't hear birds. Put that away. And our first card. Sorry. Trying to get that so you can see it a little bit better. Is the medicine wheel. So, you know what that card is screaming to me? So many choices. so many ways to turn. How do you know? If you don't know what your spirit animal is, how do you know what direction to go? If you don't know what your spirit animal is, how do you know how to ask it for help? Because there are some things that happen that animals are meant to guide us on. Not people, not anything else on the outside. Because let me tell you, animals won't lie to you. They'll only trick you if they're hungry. Okay? And then they're tricking you. They're not really lying. Well, I guess that's about the same thing. But they're just doing it for survival. They're not doing it because they can and they have a right to. Yeah, look at this card. The animals in that, got them all there. A hummingbird, the eagle, the leopard or jaguar, and the snake. They all have something to offer. Powerful animals, all of them. Nothing compares to each and every one of those. Man, the number 8. That's interesting. We mastered something. I think we're mastering patience. We've been told to wait, and our time is coming. To wait, justice is coming. Wait, be patient. I think it is coming. We're attaining a mastery. All this stuff that we're going through that's difficult, it's getting banged up against the rocks and stuff. If you want to look at it as though you're a piece of silver or copper or some other shiny metal that tarnishes, you know, you're tarnished, you have a patina, yeah. But as you get scratched and bumped and that patina comes off, underneath it is what's the real you, is the real metal, is the real preciousness. So when you get bumped and dragged around by life, I try to look at that as though, well, that's just the silver polish. Trying to polish my metal, making me, or if you like brass, you have a lot of brass, brasso, because brass shines up almost any metal, including copper. So, you know, yeah. What I'm trying to say is these things that make you tumble and fall, take chunks out of you, they're actually polishing you and making you a much better person, because this situation will come up again. You can count on it. But the next time around, you'll have, because you will have already dealt with it, you'll know what to do. So what is our hopes and dreams? What are our hopes and dreams? And you guys can interpret these cards any way you want. any way that you see in the artwork of them. They're incredible. Our goals and hopes and dreams is from the Shamanic Dreams Oracle deck. We get this card often. We want to experience life as it comes. Quit telling me what I can and cannot do with my body if I choose not to follow the crowd. You people who say that about not covering your faces to prevent the spreading of germs, I say that to you about abortion and abortion rights. You keep your laws off my body. I want to experience life as it comes. You make the assumption that because I'm a liberal, that I could do an abortion, that I could have an abortion. First off, I'm too old and half the plumbing is gone. And the most important parts of the plumbing are gone. You know, like my ovaries. No eggs there, folks. Anyway, I digress. I want my daughters and granddaughters and every woman to come after that, not to have to have the fear of the burning times, and not to feel the panic that hits all of a sudden when you find out that you're worth nothing to most men, or to a very large group of men. Now, I'm not saying the men who are standing up for us. God bless you and thank you. I'm talking about those that aren't saying anything. They're staying out of it because it's not their problem. Well, let me tell you what. Take away your Viagra and your pumps and your toys. Gentlemen, put you in a chastity fucking belt. Excuse my language. No, I'm not going to edit that out. Put you in a chastity belt for a change. Because it takes two people to create that life. A woman does not get pregnant by herself. And until the responsibility is equally held between both parties, keep your hands and your laws off my damn body. It's interesting. This card comes up with the 5, which is a number for conflict, instability, and change. If you're a drifter and you're just experiencing life as it comes, you're not afraid of change. You thrive on it. You're looking for it because you don't like what you have now. It's like, give me change. I want to move on. Give me more. Give me something else. And so we'd have a tendency not to look at that as though being a drifter. But if you think about it, I think Steinbeck wrote a story about a drifter. I don't know. Anyway, every major book about about a drifter or a loner is they experience life as it comes and they just go with it. They just go with it. And they don't have responsibility and they don't take responsibility. Kind of like the hero's journey when you're learning about writing scripts. We all follow the hero's journey of life. The question is, to get here, are you going to be just sitting there Or are you going to be one of these wonderful, wonderful creatures and do something about it? You know, there's no joke to the term, be the change you want to see. You want people to be different. You want people to treat you different. Treat people how you want to be treated. And if it doesn't come back to you, you know exactly where you stand with that person. We want to be more free. We want to be less concerned about where we're going, which direction do we choose, the crossroads we're standing at, and be a little more of the drifter. A little less serious. A little less the responsible one. I need a map. How do we do that? I apologize. Hand, man. I was watching how Revealing Light Tarot, Marianne, how she shuffles. And the way she shuffles, you can shuffle any size cards that way. Except maybe the little tiny guys. The little tiny guys are hard, you guys. They're the hardest. I drop them like crazy. But all she does is she just shuffles at one corner. And shuffles the corner. And because I'm talking to you and trying to do it at the same time, it didn't work. But isn't that how it goes? Oh, pretty. Two butterflies chasing each other around my bird bath. I got the hose stuck in there, so it's kind of overflowing. But there's flower pots underneath, so. It's a sound that the animals love, and so do I. Dripping water. We need a roadmap. How do we get from being so serious and trying to focus so hard on healing to being more the drifter? Man, I can't hold on to these cards. There we go. Sorry about the sound effects. Take that card right there. Yeah. That's 3 times this card's come up, so it is our card. We're looking for rescue. See this guy up here? He's got a really long, not really a telescope, but he's got a really long scope that he's looking through. Looking at this tower through. Trying to get a clearer vision as he's floating through. Is this that irresponsible dude? Or is he looking for her? But he's aiming too high. She's down here, dude. She's down here. If you're trying to rescue her, or if you're trying to rescue someone, don't aim too high. This simple stuff, the random acts of kindness, they do more towards a rescue than anything. This card is more about an assessment or reflection than anything, which is really appropriate since we entered Mercury retrograde, which is all about reassessment, realignment, reevaluation, all those words. Looking at things again, maybe for the 100th time. Something needs to be healed. Is he going to notice her down here before he gets too far? Or is this his landing area and he's watching so he can land here? Looks like he's a little bit low. Gonna have to raise up a little. He's gonna crash on those rocks and then they'll both be stuck. Are you waiting for somebody to rescue you? Are you looking for someone to rescue? This is how you get to the point where, yes, you're responsible, but you don't take your responsibility to the point of hoarding. You seek to do good. You seek to be the change you want to be. And I see the rainbow of colors of energy being emitted from this column. What is the source of that? Must be inside here. So is she waiting for him to rescue her? Or is he trying to land here because this is their rescue? It's all in your perception. If you're always looking on the other side of the fence, yeah, the grass is always greener over there. Is it really? Or should you maybe go munch in the pasture in another area so that the grass near the fence here can get tall again? Because it's the same grass. The absolute same grass. Sorry. I had a pretty stray kitty in my yard. Pastel ginger kitty. I loved ginger kitties. Well, you guys know I love kitties. But now I have an outside cat. They're either going to get along or they're going to fight. And I don't know. Anyway, back to the reading. So we're all caught up in the seriousness of which direction do we go? Where do I turn? What am I going to do? People keep saying things are changing and I see everything changing. It seems like all the systems are falling apart. Where do I fit into this? How do I fit into the solution? Where do I fit in the medicine? And this is telling us to take life as it comes. Drift through this. Be a support system for those who need support. Because in doing so, you support yourself. Because as you're supporting others, even if it's only emotionally or spiritually, just in conversation, when you open up to that connection, it has an effect on you as well. It raises your vibrations as well as the person that you're talking with. So to get from here to here, we have to rescue ourselves from deep down inside, the energy from where our auras come from. Not from outside sources that may be floating by because they're not looking in the right place. I'm also seeing in the rescue card, offers will come as opportunities begin. Look at them carefully and look at the background of those who are extending the offers. Not all is what it seems. That came out loud and clear. By the way, the rescue card is from the Enchanted Map deck by Colette Baron Reed. These 3 card decks by Colette Baron Reed are excellent decks. They work so lovely together. They really do tell a story. What chakra is blocked? Please tell us what chakra is blocked. Oh, really? Okie dokie. That's nice as we're in the weekend. Ooh, whoops, sorry. What's the deal, you guys? Having issues with your sexual energy and your sacral chakra? Because the sacral chakra is everything about creativity, pleasure, sexual health, relationships, and healing. When it's balanced, you have confidence, you have a healthy libido, and you enjoy exploring your passions. You're connected to your feelings and the feelings of others, and you develop intimate connections with others. And because of that connection, you enjoy life. When it's out of balance, you have dependency issues. Maybe you want to just get numb. You don't want to feel. You have low libido. You have unbalanced emotions. You either want to be numb, or you're angry, or you're sad, or you're ridiculously silly happy. And because of that, you're searching for that groundedness, so you think that's being numb. So what do? You dive into an addiction. Now, some of us, that can be drugs or alcohol. Some of us, that can be food. Some of us, that can be buying new cards, new card decks. When it's out of balance also, you feel sad. And you feel unmotivated. And because you feel unmotivated, you're full of lethargy. Or because you have lethargy, you're unmotivated. Now the crystals to help this are carnelian, sunstone, orange calcite, goldstone, and tangerine quartz. You have any of those? Carnelian is something that's pretty common. Pretty easy to find. Except for on my table, I have it covered up with cards. It's in behind the cards. If you're feeling ungrounded and you're just feeling like your energy is low and you just don't give a rip, grab a piece of carnelian or sunstone or orange calcite, tangerine quartz. Believe it or not, this is, I believe, could be a tangerine quartz. It's just very, very light. It's not the typical white quartz. Well, you can't even tell that because my white quartz is picking up the color of my skin. Anyway, tangerine quartz. Now, what I need you to do, or what you need to do, is when you look in the mirror, tell yourself, I'm passionate. I have healthy boundaries. I love and respect my body. My sexuality is sacred. And I feel pleasure and abundance. For our message from Spirit today, I've got told these a couple of them. The full moon is tomorrow, is Sunday and Monday. And once again, we have a lunar eclipse. Or we have an eclipse. I don't know. Lunar, solar. We have an eclipse, and it's 100% visible in North America. Happens at 12:14 a.m. Eastern Time in the North America. I'm not sure about other places. I think you can figure it out for yourself from that time. Yes, 12:14 a.m. on Monday, the 16th. So I thought we better, man. So did Spirit told me it was time to use them. My Moonology cards. What you want to tell us with these cards, Spirit? Got 2 cards here. I'll take the one on the bottom too. First card. This is the is the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. So there you go. Kind of eliminates the snake, huh? Out of the medicine wheel. This is all healing, healing. It's green and it's turquoise, so it's... Don't hold back. Make what you say be healing. Make what you say be kind. And don't hold that back. The next card. You came out with that card. Don't let your past hold you back, because the energy is gaining momentum. We have the waxing moon. If you're stuck in the past, you're not going to be able to keep up with the future, because the future's coming whether you want it to or not. Whether you are ready for it or not, it is coming. And that is the message of this full moon. And the things that are going to be happening up until the full moon and just after the full moon is going to test our commitment. The first quarter moon. Things coming up after the full moon. It's going to test, during the quarter moon, is going to be testing our commitment. Great. That means heavy duty, maybe more information coming out. And the last card. You and your loved ones are safe. And then it speaks about the new moon in Cancer, which we're having a full moon. That's all right. The message of the card is what is important. You and your loved ones are safe. And I got a new deck, and I've been called to use it. By Denise Lynn, the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. What do you want us to know, Spirit? What do you want us to know? These cards are beautiful. Not that the Moonology and all the others aren't. It's just these are different. have a lot of depth in them. I love, obviously, cards with interesting artwork. But I also love cards with a simple message. Sometimes the ones that have complicated artwork don't have the simple message, so. We got the Power card. I swear, this was taken in the Catalina Mountains here, because there's one that looks just like that. It tapers off a little bit more here, but otherwise, it reminds me of a boob with a nipple. That's why I always has. That's why I say that. And I see lightning around those mountains every summer. Every summer. They look like a backdrop. You know, they don't look real. Like they're just two-dimensional till the storms are in the middle of them. And you see the storm in the backside. And it looks totally different than as the storm comes up over the mountain and down into this valley. There's this bolt of lightning right here. Changes everything. Power. We have the power. It comes from here. It comes from above. It comes from source energy. Raw, pure source energy. Interesting. Don't let your past hold you back, because the energy's gaining momentum, which is going to test your commitment. But don't worry, because you and your loved ones are safe, because you have the power. You have all the power that you need. I thank you very much for being here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's a good message. I even look at this as a commitment to the earth and the health of the earth, as well as our commitment and our health, our commitment to our country, to our government, to our way of life. We have all the power. So what are we waiting for? I think we're all still in shock, because we're finding out that all that we were told all of our lives was a front, was a cover-up. And that's worse than a lie. So much is changing. So much is changing. We talk about we want to be sisters. I also see that in these cards too. Okay, how much do you want to be a sister? How about to that woman that lives next door that you can't even be seen without her screaming and yelling at you? That's a test to your commitment to sisterhood. How committed are you to being a sister? It's okay to reach out. Maybe that's all that person needs, is someone to show them that they care. They don't have to fight to get that attention, for someone to show them that they care. Sometimes it's that simple. Anyway, I thank you very much for being here. I love you very much. Come back next week for the next installment. And in between, I will be doing live streams this week. Have my normal pick a card, not pick a card. You come with your question. I will do mini readings, like 3 cards at a time for you. But you got to bring me a question. And that's on Wednesdays. And then I have the Lightworkers Roundtable on Thursday. This week it is Namaste from Tarot Living with Namaste. And please join us. It should be an interesting conversation. Namaste is a fantastic lady. Her knowledge is vast, deep, and beautiful. So with that, I hope to see you there. I bid you adieu. Please be kind to one another, but most of all, be kind to yourself. And we'll see you next week. I love you.